Hey guys, it's your girl JustzBee, and I'm coming at you guys with part 2 of my roommate horror story. So I already recorded this video, but I didn't clean my lens and it was dirty, so all the footage came out blurry. I'm gonna show y'all the thumbnail to show you the receipts. So I obviously had to erase that whole video and try to redo it again. So hopefully I do a good job. So in the last video, I was drinking on some cranberry juice. This time I'm drinking on some cran tropical. So good. I got it nice and ice cold in my little cup. Because I'm gonna need a drink for this story. So like I told you guys in the last video, I'm gonna name her Shelly. So me and Shelly were co-workers originally, and I was her boss, and I heard Shelly was kind of talking about me back then, but I was her boss and I just had to understand that, you know, people gonna act one way in your face and another. But anytime I had like a fish fry or a game night or any type of event, Shelly would always come and she'd be very supportive and show love. So Shelly ended up moving across the United States because of love, and she eventually ended up moving back. So when she moved back, she didn't really have like a stable place to stay. Like, she was staying with family and she needed to get her own stuff. And me and my boyfriend at the time, we had broke up. So I was ready to start over, start new. You know how it be, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm ready to boss up, do me. I'm done with him. That's old energy. So me and Kelly started kicking it more one-on-one to see if we really could be roommates, you know, just kind of see how we get each other vibe. Because I did what most people do, which is a mistake. We let time mean more than it actually does. Because when she moved to a whole nother state, technically we became pen pals. Like, I'm only getting information from you. I don't know if any of it is true or not, you know what I mean? I'm getting very one-sided stories, like, so I can't really count that time of really saying that I got to know you. And working together, I mean, I got to know some of your traits, but I didn't really get to know you. At first, everything was going cool. Like, she wasn't drinking too much, nothing. She was like almost a perfect best friend. Like, we would get along. She was very like sentimental. Like, she would buy me my favorite stuff. Like, if I was mad at her, she would go buy my favorite ice cream or bring back my favorite food. Like, like I said, she was like the perfect best friend, right? Oh, that's scary even saying the word perfect. Like, dun, 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 dun. So moving in together, we were starting everything brand new. So we needed to get couches, pots, pans, everything, you know. I had some stuff from moving from me and my ex place, but a lot of stuff I just got rid of because I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want any memories. I was ready to move forward and start brand new. So I went and found the couches that I wanted us to have. I got them for really cheap, like $650 for a set. Got it for super cheap, right? I already had a dining room table, so I just had her go half of me on the couches, and everything else I pretty much paid for and got myself. Our agreement was she would do her bedroom, and she would do the hallway, and she would do the bathroom, and I would do the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room, and obviously my bedroom. Baby, when we moved in, all she did was her room. That's it. Like, she didn't have anything for the bathroom other than a roll of toilet paper. Like, she didn't get anything for the bathroom. And like, we had months to prepare for this. Like, it was no reason why. And she had bought so much stuff for her bedroom that she didn't even need everything. Like, she had to return some stuff. So it's just like, you just purposely didn't want to do the bathroom, or you just purposely didn't do it. Whatever. The first day we moved in, we was on it. Like, we moved everything in the living room, the dining room, the kitchen was done by the end of the night. Like, I was on it. And I did the hallway. I did the living room, the hallway, the kitchen, the dining room. And while I'm doing all that, I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna be so tired and I'm not gonna have nowhere to sleep. So at the time, I had a little friend. I had a friend, and he was a nurse, and he owned like a property a couple of exits up from where we stayed, but he lived very far from me. Like where he actually lived was like 2-hour, 3-hour drive if it was traffic, you know. So he actually drove all the way out there, put my whole entire room together. I'm talking about the frame, the mattresses, the headboard, the footboard, the bench, got my TV up, hooked it up with my, did everything, girl, for some pizza. And I, just side note, I told this fool, you can have any pizza you want, because it's your opinion, I ain't giving you no money. You can have any pizza you want. He picked a greasy ass round table pizza. Like the pepperoni like went up into like a ball, and it was like a bowl of grease. Like there was, and he wanted extra pepperoni, so it was like extra bowls of grease. And he was like, you just gotta get a paper towel and go like, if I got to do all that to my food, I don't want it. I don't want it. Babe, my food should not give me lip gloss. That's disgusting. No. My problem with her having company was that she never took the time to even get to know these people before you're bringing them to our house. And we're two single women, black women at that. You know what I'm saying? And one time she invited this one guy. He had dreads. He was kind of quiet, but he was looking around a lot. And you know, he was like, oh, do you guys want to smoke? I'm like, nah, I don't want to smoke, I'm cool. They're rolling up in the kitchen or whatever. And I just happened to ask like what his profession was, and he was a pimp. And she knew that. And it was just like, why would you, what is wrong with you? What? And he just boldly was like, I'm a pimp. Like, yeah, I get money. I put hoes on the stroll. Like, I put hoes on Backpage. I put hoes, you know what I'm saying? Running down a little. I was just like, looking at her like, Lucy, you have some explaining to do. And so that's when I started getting irritated, because it was just like, you are trying to keep up with my company. Because she told me, she was like, oh, I don't know, for some reason it really bothers me when you have company and I don't. It don't bother me, baby, when she go in there and she got her company and she go in her room, because listen, I like my me time. I'm not the type of person that don't like to be alone. I like being alone. Like, I like to have my alone time. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know what I mean? And so when she would have her company and she go in her room, I'm still, whatever I wanted for dinner, I'm still gonna eat for dinner. Whatever I want to watch on TV, I'm still gonna watch on TV. Whatever I want to do, I'm still gonna do. So it doesn't matter if she has company or if she doesn't. You know what I mean? And I had a lock on my door because I had the master bedroom. So my bedroom had a lock on the door. So while you sitting up here and you got these random ass pimps and hoes that you got flowing through here and going through your bedroom, if something happened to your ass, I had a motherfucking exit strategy plan. My bed was right by my window. I could bounce right on out, and I will always park my car real close to it. So it was like, boo, play with it if you want to. You gonna be in this motherfucker bleeding by yourself. She was not as clean, and I think that for me was one of the bigger shockers. One, you're not vetting people who you let anybody come to your house where you lay your head. You let everybody know where you live. That's a problem for me. Then number two, you're not clean, because we were on the bottom floor. We ended up getting a mouse, right? Around Christmas time. Girl, I must have lost my mind. I act like I didn't want to live there no more. I was like, bro, we can't have this extra roommate that ain't paying rent. I ain't got time. Like, his little ass gotta get the fuck out of here. So we had a mouse pop up out of nowhere, right? And I seen him come out of her room. And so I let her know that, like, hey, and her room was not always clean. You know what I mean? Like, my room was clean. I like to keep the living room clean. It's just, you never know who pops up. You never know who's coming over. And people judge you. So I always tried to keep my living room and my dining room, my kitchen clean. If my bedroom had a couple of extra clothes, keep the door closed, that's fine. But for the most part, I try to keep my bedroom clean and just the whole house in general. You know what I mean? And so even when the exterminator guy came, he was like, oh, your house is pretty clean. her fucking room was the only one that wasn't that clean. So it was just like, if the mouse, he was like, your house is so clean that it's probably only in here passing through, like running around, passing through, like getting to other people's apartments. Until a nigga seen her room, and he was like, or he might be stopping by here and then going to where he needs to go. So we planned to go to this amazing concert. It had Brandy, Monica, Melanie Fiona, Naughty by Nature, Mace, Ja Rule, Ashanti. It was at my favorite, I don't even know what to call them, concert places. I don't know, concert venues. I don't know. It was at the Concord Pavilion. That's my favorite because you can bring in your own drink. You can bring in food. You can smoke. You can relax. Just have a jolly old time. I always have good vibes there. Always. So we had a bumpy start. I was trying to help another friend out, and she almost sabotaged our whole trip because we had a whole thing. We was gonna make breakfast, have some mimosas, chill out, take our time getting dressed, get there early. But you know, we ended up getting there late. We didn't see Melanie Fiona. We didn't see Naughty by Nature. We got there at the end of Monica's set and the beginning of Brandy's set. So I was a little disappointed about that too because I really wanted to see Monica and so did my roommate. But we just didn't get there on time. By the time we found parking, got in, found a place to sit and stuff, Monica's set was over and we were so heartbroken. But Brandy's set came on. And I love me some Brandy too, baby. Like, when I watched that Versus, like, that was right up my alley right there. So, Brandy's set was on, and I'm going to insert a clip of me being at the concert, listening there singing Brandy. So I was having a good time. As you can see, it looked like I'm sitting by myself because my roommate was in line trying to get a drink. And she was getting me a drink too, but it was, look, baby, I'm drinking on cranberry juice. I ain't really no drinker like that. But okay, so by the time she came back, May's set was on. She maybe sat for one song and then decided she wanted to get back in line to get another drink. So, needless to say, by the time the motherfucking concert was over, she was toe up. So what does that mean? That means I have to become a babysitter. I have to be the responsible one. Now I have to play the mama figure. And it just, at the time, I was just aggravated because I felt like one of my friends tried to sabotage the concert before. And then now I'm like, here this bitch go, and she's sabotaging it for me now too. You know what I mean? So I was just highly upset. She was drunk, and I was just like, we got another party to go to. And I pray she can handle her liquor. I pray. Because the next following week, we had an all-white party to go to. That was hosted by one of my friends. It was her birthday. And her family invited us to, they rented out this boxing, I guess, like gym or whatever. They rented out a boxing gym and threw a big old party in there. Had a performer come and everything. So I told her about it. She like, oh, okay, yeah, I'ma come. And her family only had one thing. They said no drama because it's gonna be at nighttime and we can't have no drama. That's the rules. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, shit, I don't know why you telling me. I don't plan on coming up here acting no goddamn fool. So the day of the motherfucking party, my roommate decides to drink all day at work. She was at the time trying to become a barber, so she was working in a barber shop, and she was drinking all day at work. So we pregame in the car. I got some hot chips. I'm giving her some hot chips. I'm driving. We get there. We look cute. We're all white. Good vibes. Everybody happy to see us. Taking pictures. Yeah, so we was having a good old time, and next thing I know, my roommate, her pants are wet, and she like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold my purse. So I got her purse, her jacket and stuff. Apparently she had pissed on herself. Full blown pissed on herself. She had on white pants and a white shirt. So next thing I know, she come out the bathroom. All she has on is like these girdle shorts, you know what I mean? Like this Spanx, like Spanx. They look like Spanx. So she had on some Spanx, and I'm sure it was probably to smooth out everything so it looks good and right in her white pants. So she got on some Spanx, her same heels, and this white shirt now. And all I heard was a dude saying, "Didn't Shelly have on white pants?" Baby, I turned my head. I was so embarrassed. It's like, maybe you could have got away with that if this wasn't an all-white party. You know what I mean? But everybody know that you had on all white, and now you don't. So now I see her. I have her PP pants. I have her purse. I have her jacket. And she said she was gonna go outside to smoke a cigarette. So I figured, hey, that might be good for her. You know what I'm saying? Smoke her a little cigarette. That might sober her up, and you know, it might be a good move. Next thing I know, I'm getting called to go outside because she is now having a confrontation with a person that she used to be friends with, that we all used to be friends with, at the damn party. When the #1 rule was no drama, on top of really not having no drama outside of the goddamn venue. You know what I mean? And she getting loud, so they call me, "Oh, come get her, come on." She's drunk as hell. Drunk as hell. So she's talking about, I said, okay, I apologize to everybody. I go get her purse and her pissy ass pants, and I apologize to everybody, and I tell them, okay, I gotta go. Like, unfortunately, my roommate can't hold her liquor, and I gotta go. We gotta cut. So I get all her stuff in the car. So now I'm trying to get her in the car. She like, "No, I don't want to walk around. I want to walk." And at the time, the whole Kanika Jenkins thing had just went on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I felt morally obligated as a friend, as a roommate, as a black woman, as a sister, you know what I'm saying, that I really needed to make sure that my friend was good, and I couldn't just do her like that, you know what I'm saying? And I wish that Kanika Jenkins friends would have been real friends, but that's a whole nother story. Don't get me started on that. So we arguing, and so I really had to like let her know, like, listen, I'm not about to keep arguing with you. You gonna get your motherfucking ass in the car. And you can feel however the fuck you want to feel. You want to talk shit in the car? Go ahead and talk shit in the car. But what we're not about to do is sit out here arguing and I'm tussling and pulling on you to try to get you in the car. We're not about to do that. Like, we're not about to do that at all. Get your ass in the car. Once you get home, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. You can get in your car and go somewhere. I knew she was going to be asleep. Like I said, we lived an hour away. So I knew she wasn't going to make it to the house and still be up and want to do the most. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if you get home, you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah, all right. Gets her drunk ass in the car. She's apologizing. And I'm just like, listen, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because I'm not that type of person that go to events and I'm the one causing the drama, or I brought somebody who causing the drama. That's not how that works. That's not how that operate. You feel me? And I'm the type of person that I threw a lot of events. Like I said, I used to invite her to my stuff all the time. I would be very upset if somebody did what she did, period. She was very obnoxious, loud, and drunk as fuck. Like, and it was very irritating. As I'm going off on her in the car driving, she starts to go, I'm like, bruh, I'm already mad. Please don't let her throw up in my car. The next thing I know, I just see a fucking river of piss squirting, like squirting out of her vagina, just going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then she started throwing up. Mind you, like I said, I had gave her some hot chips, so her throw up is like intensely red. I don't know if it's really the hot chips. I don't know if it's blood. But I do know that she's pissing so much, and I have seat warmers, and I just felt like it was gonna fuck my shit up. Plus, it was gonna stink, and baby. I know that I was supposed to continue to want to be a good friend. I know I was supposed to continue to be about my sister, my people, you know what I'm saying? But at that moment, baby, I seriously was thinking about pushing her ass out of the car on the side of the road. Like, I pull over to the nearest city after that, like kind of midway between where we were and midway to our house. Like, our house was probably like 25 minutes from the hospital that I chose to drive us to. And I pulled over at an Arco station first because I was like, maybe I just need to get you out the car first and like clean you up, you know what I'm saying? More so my car is what I was thinking about. I'm gonna keep it all the way GP. I was thinking about cleaning out my car, you know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? I gotta drive this motherfucker, like, bruh. I called, 911, and the ambulance come, and she's being belligerent. She's being rude to them. She's not cooperating. She doesn't have insurance, so she didn't, or I think she does have insurance, but she didn't want to pay for the hospital bill or whatever. And I was just like, bro, you clearly need some type of help. No, why did you call them? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go with them. Blah, 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 blah. But she could not walk on her own. She was still throwing up when they got there. So it was like, bruh, like, I could tell that if I wasn't there, she would have got mistreated a little bit. Like, she was running her mouth, she for sure would have got mistreated a little bit, because unfortunately, when you're a black person, people already don't come with the highest amount of patience for you. You know what I'm saying? Because anything you do can be justified for mistreatment. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't have the room to sit here and be belligerent. Like, you don't. So she was, and they hauled her ass out in that damn hallway and got her in the ambulance and took her to the hospital, which kind of, looking back on it, I could have just took her straight to the hospital, you know what I'm saying? Because we literally were like right around the corner from the hospital. But at the time, I was really angry, and my thought was just to get her out my car and to clean my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just my thought process. I'm gonna keep it all the way honest. So I end up trying to clean out my car to the best of my ability, and I'm irritated, I'm tired, it's late at night, I'm just in shock that all this is going on. Go into the hospital, the nurse asks me who I'm here for. I tell her, oh, she's cutting up. Baby, she talking about, you guys like to kill black people, and Black Lives Matter, and da-da-da. Whoa. Like, everybody's like, I don't even want to go in that room. Like, you ain't about to accuse me of no crazy shit. And it was like one of those things where it's like, I felt like the nurses and everybody was trying to get me to be like, oh, she crazy, she's just talking crazy. And it's just like one of those things, just being a black person, period. No matter if she drunk or not drunk, I still can't dismiss what she's saying as all the way false. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, you know what I'm saying, we do get mistreated in hospitals, and that's real. So I wasn't really trying to take nobody's side, but she was drunk and being aggravating. So I definitely knew that she was doing too much, you know what I mean? But I couldn't just be like, oh, I know you guys are not racist. I don't know y'all like that. So I had to fill out her paperwork, all this stuff. It was just like, bruh, that was never my thought process for the night. I thought, like, I bought a little bottle so we could pregame, a couple of chips. Think we're gonna go out, have a good time. We got on our outfits, we're looking cute. I'm thinking we're gonna share a little kiki dance, you know what I'm saying? Go home, go to sleep, wake up, and be low-key hungover, and go have a nice breakfast. Like, so here's our kitchen, dining room, and living room area, right? We got this fake wood floor. And then here's our living room area. It has carpet. And on the other side of the living room area is the door. So I'm already at the door to go out. We had a shoe rack by the front door, so most of the shoes that we would put on, like our sandals and stuff, was already over there. So I'm putting on my shoes, I'm getting ready to leave. She coming out her room and she talking mad shit, thinking she gonna walk me out the door. I said, baby, step foot on that carpet. Step foot on that carpet. I ain't about to step on this one. Step foot on, I don't care what you do. Step foot. Matter of fact, put your toe on the carpet. Put your toe, because now at this point, you trying to like bully me on out. Like, I'm very confused on what part you got confused about me with. I'm very confused on who you thought that you could talk to like this. Like, I'm just all the way confused, period. But what I do know, that if you even put your motherfucking toe on that carpet, I will slide these motherfucking shoes back off and come meet you there. Like, period. Like, you talking big and bad shit, and you think that you about to just talk shit and get me out the house and think you did something. Like, girl, bye. Like, bitch, what did you not learn in these years of friendship with me? I'm very confused on how you thought. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be thinking that they mean more to you, but that's another story. So after the fight, shortly after, I actually couldn't pay rent because I got a new job, and due to the fact that it was kind of with the city, the process took a lot longer than expected. Doing the background check, the drug test, then having to do the orientation. Now I have to wait for my badge to be made. Then I gotta get my uniform. I gotta get me some boots. So it took almost like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of them things where it's just like, I also couldn't spend all the money that I had either, because I had to have the gas to go do this stuff. I had to print out papers. I had to go drive like an hour and then like, no, almost 2 hours away from my house to go do the orientation. I had to go buy the boots, which was like $60. I had to wait for my uniform. I had to wait for my background to come back. I had to wait for the drug test to come back. I had to do my interview. It was a lot. It was a lot. I had to also have my they had to run my driving record because I was becoming a parking enforcement officer. So I was sometimes going to be driving the vehicle. So it was a long process, and I just didn't have the money, and she was not willing to really be an extra help, even though she owed me $500. That's a whole nother story in itself. So I felt kind of bad, because the majority of the reason why we would have to move is because I wasn't able to afford it. So I was like, you know what, well, I'm about to move back with my parents for a couple of months, and then I'm going to just do this all over again. So that's what we did. We moved out, we moved into my parents' house, and I owed the apartment complex money, which I eventually did end up paying, but I'll talk about that more detail in my apartment series videos. But we moved in with my mom, and the plan was for her to be there for 2 months, and then she was going to go move back with the girl that she loved across the United States. I don't want to say the city. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to stay with my parents, and then I'm going to pay these apartment complex back, and then I'm just going to move out. Whatever. Boom. But me and her are going to stay friends. I'm going to go visit her. Whatever, right? Girl, why was she stealing alcohol out of my parents' china cabinet? And my mom thought my dad was sneaking and drinking alcohol, like hardcore alcohol, and it was her the whole entire time. If you thought it was a problem for you to speak on my family, what do you think it is if you did something to him? So literally, when I found that out, I confronted her through text message, and she was talking big, bad, and bold. So I called her. I'm still trying to remain calm. She on the phone talking slick again, being big, bad, and bold. So I text her. I said, listen, you might want to get your shit out of my mom's house before I get home, bro. Like, period. You might want to get your shit before I get home. And you might not want me to see you. You know what I'm saying? So literally, she made sure that she did that shit when I was not there. I literally did not have to see her. She left me with this storage bill. She left me with this furniture. She left me with the apartment complex so much. And then she think that we gonna still stay friends. Girl, she's to this day, she still reaches out to me. But you know what? I learned a very valuable lesson. Because you can't call everybody your best friend. Period. She was starting to look like me. She was borrowing my wigs. This was not a friend. This was a hater on the low. This was a jealous, envious, scandalous female on the low. She was an alcoholic on the low. I am containing so much back. But y'all, if I really told y'all the whole entire story, spill by spill, you would have been like, yeah, I don't fuck with her no more. And I don't. So, for real, I don't. I let her follow me on Snapchat. I let her follow me. No, I don't even think I let her follow me. I made my Instagram public. But yeah, she followed me on Snapchat. And I think she might see my shit on Instagram occasionally. But I have no interest. I paste that hoe no desk. But that is the end of my roommate video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that it was somewhat entertaining. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I love you.